This is my very first on-hands look when it comes to the latest Apple Intelligence update in macOS 15.1. In order to see Apple Intelligence, open your system settings and then go to where it says Apple Intelligence and Siri. Yes, it no longer is called Siri and Search. It's now called Apple Intelligence and Siri with a new Apple Intelligence Siri icon right there. And right here, you can see this Apple Intelligence and Siri subsection will be active. If you haven't yet activated it, you'll get a prompt to join the waiting list. And if you don't see the join waiting list, keep in mind that this is only supported on Apple Silicon M1 Max and the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max. But I did a video showing how you can change your Siri language to the United States and how you can change your country and region to the United States as well when you go to the language and region section right here, and then you'll be able to see the waiting list. So once you've done that, the waiting list usually takes about 2 to 3 hours depending on demand, and then you'll be able to see Apple Intelligence. Then once you are approved for the waiting list, you receive a notification here and it will tell you that your waiting list is complete. And then once you're done, Apple Intelligence will be available under this section that says Intelligence and Siri, and this is where you are going to be able to turn it on. When turning on Apple Intelligence, you're going to see a new pop-up screen that's going to tell you all about Apple Intelligence, a time to experience new personal intelligence system, and it's going to highlight 3 key points on macOS: that you have new ways to express yourself with enhanced writing and other image generation that's not fully yet here. And it's also going to tell you about the start of a new era for Siri, which is also not fully implemented because this is in beta. And of course, it's going to tell you about privacy. And the next pop-up screen is going to come and tell you more about Siri, where Siri is an intelligent assistant that helps you find information to get things done. And just speak or type to Siri on your Mac now. And the next is speak to Siri, and you have the ability to change Siri or hey and then Siri, or click and hold the Siri button at the top menu bar and type to Siri as well as the new pop-up screen. And then once you've done that, Siri is going to be ready. Now, Apple Intelligence and Siri brings a very good update to the Mac, and one of those is writing tools, which is basically language and text model that's able to give you writing tools to allow you to rephrase different sentences in various applications such as Mail, Notes, Safari, and Keynotes, and more apps are going to be added. So once you have text that you want to select or something that you want to use writing tools on, once you select or highlight the text like this, you can see there's this Apple Intelligence icon that pops up on the side. And if you click on it right there, top thing or first thing that it gives you is the ability to use Proofread. And if you click there right there, you can see it checks or does this unique animation that gives you the proofread, and if there's any changes that are going to be highlighted, it's going to highlight how many number of changes that have been made. If you have spelling errors or grammar errors, including word choices and sentence structures that don't seem correct, then it's going to show you how many changes it's made, and you'll be able to go through the different changes. But because my sentence is well put together right there, you can see 0 changes have been done, and if you don't like the changes, you can always revert back like that. So that is Proofread. And then if you highlight the text again, give it a second, it will show up again. And right here, the next thing it gives you is the ability to rewrite text. So when you click rewrite, you can see that's the same different animation and basically does rewriting. Rewriting basically is for cleaning up what you've written and shifts the tone of your text or paragraph or whatever you're writing without impacting your context. And you can see right there options that we have to rewrite include friendly. So if we're to select friendly, you can see how the text is going to change, and it takes a little while. And you can see basically when we rewrite the text with friendly, how it changes. Again, at the same time, if we highlight this and go to professional, just give it a second as it does rewriting, and you can see how professional sounds right here. So have you become aware of Halfman Half Tech? It's pretty cool to see how it's changing this from time to time. And if we select the text again, give it a second, we now have concise, and now if you look at concise, you can see how it changes the text and alters different sentences, but doesn't change the meaning or the message that's trying to be delivered right here. Other options that it gives you is to be able to summarize. So if you select the text right here and you click where it says summarize, you can see here it's going to give you a summary of everything without you having to read the whole paragraph. It's taken it and given you maybe 4 lines of text that you can just go through and read all about Half Man Half Tech without having to go through everything. In addition to the summary option as well, you have highlighting key points, and right here if we select the key points, you can see it's been able to find 2 key points that it wants to highlight in this paragraph that we selected: tech reviews and tutorials and user-friendly perspectives. So those are the summaries that it was able to come up with. And at the same time, if we select the text and click here, we have the ability to use list view, and it will go through and create or reword this into list view, and you can see the different points that it's able to come out with right there. Again, also if you want to use or view as a table, you have the ability to go to table, and you can see how it's going to analyze this, and it's created this into a table. You can see here the channel Half Man Half Tech, it's the same channel, and there's different points highlighted in this table. For example, a channel that helps users stay informed, which is pretty accurate, and this is how the table view section looks. Now, if you don't like how some changes look or the changes that have been made, you can revert back by pressing Command and Z at the same time, and it will revert to the different changes or versions of your text before it was altered or before you rewrote it, and you can see how we started right here. Now, one of the changes that this update introduces has to do with Siri on the Mac. It has this new glow animation that responds to the sound of your voice, so you can tell Siri is listening without interrupting other things you are doing. And at the same time, you can see that the Siri icon in the top menu bar has also been refreshed. In the Apple Intelligence and Siri settings, you can see here you have keyboard shortcuts and press to type to Siri, and you have various number of options that you can use, and you can, for example, press the function plus S key and it will automatically activate type to Siri. You can press left command key twice and it will automatically activate type to Siri. You have the ability to press right command key twice and it will automatically activate type to Siri, and you have pressed either command key twice, whether it's left or right, or if you want to customize keys now, then you can use your own custom keys, and that way it will be able to activate type to Siri without you having to look away or do other stuff, and type to Siri will be active. Also, at the same time, when you activate Siri, it seems to default to the type to Siri when you are using Mac, and if you want to use the microphone, you have to select the microphone icon on Mac. But from my testing, since this is in beta, this hasn't been fully functional. Sometimes it misses phrases, but one of the main highlights of Apple Intelligence on the Mac, on the iPhone, is that if you are talking to Siri on the Mac or iPhone, you misspell something or you misspeak something or a phrase, Siri will be able to understand and rephrase. But at the time I'm recording this video, that update hasn't been implemented. Now, Siri is also more intelligent in the sense that it can maintain context between requests. So for example, if you ask Siri what's the temperature in Burnaby, it will be able to tell you the temperature is 16 degrees. And then if you do a follow-up question, for example, what's the humidity, without saying the Burnaby phrase, it will be able to know what you mean, and it will be able to give you a prompt or response depending on what was your initial request. Siri also has Apple's knowledge and support base for answering questions about your device features and settings, and can even find settings you don't know the exact name of. So for example, you can say, what's the setting that allows me to change the brightness of my display, or show me the setting that allows me to change my device language. But at the time I'm testing this video, that function is not yet operational. Now in the Apple Mail application that you see here, I want to show you some pretty cool updates thanks to Apple Intelligence. So whenever you have a new incoming email, for example this one that you see right here, on top you have a summarize button for summarizing any of your incoming emails, plus you will see a brief summary of an email in your inbox list rather than the first few lines of the email. So if I click there, for example, you can see how it's took all this message that Netflix was sending me, and it says Netflix will no longer support Apple TV 2nd gen and 3rd gen after July 31st, 2024. Users are encouraged to upgrade to newer models of Apple TV for a better viewing experience. Now I have an excuse to be able to buy a new Apple TV without getting in trouble, and this really saves you some time instead of going through the whole paragraph here that Netflix has sent. And if you want to give feedback, this looks good to me. Now, depending on your mail inbox, there's a new feature in Apple Mail that now surfaces time-sensitive emails or messages when applicable, putting them at the top of your inbox so you see what's important right away. So for example, if you get an email that says, please get back to me by lunchtime or by end of the day, instead of seeing like an email from Netflix top of your inbox, the ones that have a more urgent and time-sensitive request are going to be the ones that you see at the top of your inbox. Now, when you want to reply an email quickly and you click on the reply, you can see when you click on the reply field right here, you can see there's automatically generated quick responses that you can send. For example, thanks for the info, and you can see the quick reply summary, and it now shows the whole summary here. Thanks for the information. I'll make sure to upgrade my Apple TV before July 31st, 2024. And this looks pretty good to me. If you have multiple notifications from the email, they will be summarized on your notifications tab so that you can see a brief overview of what people are sending you in your inbox. In messages, we also get an update similar to what we got to the Apple Mail. So for example, if someone sends you a message like this, you can click on the empty field and you can see here you have quick responses. You are welcome or no problem. And if I choose this, it automatically auto-populates right there. And at the same time, multiple message notifications are summarized on your lock screen so that you can quickly glance what they are trying to send you in messages without having to open much. And I pasted the text that I was using to alter in Notes, and the same writing tools are here in Messages. So for example, you see when you go to the writing tools right here, you can choose the option that says show writing tools, and right here you can see we have the same tools. For example, Proofread that we are able to use in our notes. We have the ability to rewrite our message to make it sound friendly, professional, concise, or if you want to summarize key points or make it a list or table, you also have that ability as well. And if you select your whole text like this, for example, and then right click on it, you can see you have also this section that says writing tools. Or if you want to check for grammar, you have spelling and grammar check right here, and you can check documents as well. You can show spelling and grammar errors, and if there are any, you'll be able to see them right here and change them. So writing tools have been improved in Messages. I'm recording a video on Apple Intelligence right here on macOS. So I want to demonstrate how in Notes and other apps you can record audio and get a transcript along with summary of your transcript, which is useful, for example, if you are recording a meeting or a session or lectures at school. You have the ability to be able to save time. In applications that you have the ability to use audio recording, for example, voice notes, voice memos, or in Notes, you can see here you have the ability to record audio and get a transcript along with a summary of your transcript, which is useful, for example, if you are recording like a lecture and session. And for example, this transcript that I recorded, you can see it's given me a summary demonstrating how to record audio and get a transcript of Apple Intelligence. that's the summary itself, and now you don't have to play the whole 25-second audio to be able to know what I'm saying. When you go into settings right here and go to where it says focus, thanks to Apple Intelligence, they've added this new focus mode that says reduce interruptions, and it uses Apple Intelligence to be able to silence and reduce the interruptions. And the good thing about this focus is that if you were to go into your focus section right here and turn on that reduce interruption focus mode, even on devices such as the iPhone 14 Pro Max that I have that don't support Apple Intelligence, they also auto-populate this same focus, reduce interruptions, and they will have the updated icon right here that depicts Apple Intelligence, which is something that's cool. And if you want to focus more and reduce interruptions, this is a focus mode that you can turn on. One application that I don't use that much that has been improved is Photos on macOS. So you can now create memories and movies with just one description. So you can say, create for me a movie of my car in 2020, or you can use quick language search, for example, by going into your photos, and you can search using descriptive words such as Eric's roller skating wearing green, or show me pictures from me in 2020 wearing a red jacket. And according to Apple, search can also find specific moments in video and clips. So if you have a video where you were jumping off a clip and it's maybe a 2-minute video, you can search for that. If you have a video where you were updating to iOS 16 and you want your photos to find it quickly, you can quickly search for that. Search also offers up smart complete suggestion for narrowing down what you might want to find, which is something that's good. But of course, this is my first on-hands look with Apple Intelligence. It's been integrated in more apps, and throughout the various updates that you're going to see once you update to macOS 15.1, there's going to be a number of updates that you need to update to be specific Apple default applications that will be updated over time to improve this Apple Intelligence and integrate it to the different macOS applications and settings. But for now, this is just my first on-hands look at Apple Intelligence and use Siri. Let me know if you are having trouble with activating it if you are outside of the United States, because I'm in Canada, but I was able to quickly join the waiting list, and my waiting period was about 20 minutes. So that is about it for me. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.